Hello guys and welcome to a new video today by me, Vulcan. Today we are finally on Rome 2 Total War, and today I'm going to be starting my campaign as the Iceni. If I go to new campaign, we're going to go to the Britannic tribe straight away. We get fierce independence, plus 10 melee defense for all units when fighting in own or allied territory, and we get war society, plus 1 public order for every war against a neighbouring faction. So we get basically more happy the more wars we have. Pretty awesome. Then we got Children of Andrasta, plus 10% charge bonus for all units when attacking. Cultured Aspirations, moderate diplomatic bonus with all non-barbarian factions. That's our cultural affinity. And no Corsair, minus 50% to number of battle captives. Now, the reason I picked the Britannic tribes is basically because I'm British and I really wanted to play them. Now, the chariots aren't that great in this game, so I'm not sure if I'll be focusing on them, but we'll see how it goes either way. And we're going to go and jump straight in, I think. Let's just have a quick look at the battle settings. We're going to keep the advisor help at high, and basically I'm going to be listening through most of the tooltips because obviously I've never really played the game before. So a lot of things will have changed, especially considering I've been playing Rome 2 a lot, not Shogun 2. So although I've played Shogun 2 before, I think a lot of things are going to change from Shogun 2 to Rome 2. So I'm going to keep it on for now, and we're going to keep the battle time limit at 60 minutes. We're going to keep it at normal difficulty, and you can see the victory conditions here are hold 110 settlements, raise or sack 50 different settlements, and completely control the following 6 provinces either by direct ownership or through military allies. So that includes Caledonia et Hibernia, Britannia, Aquitania, Swabia, Italia, and Carthagenesis. Fair enough. Okay, we've got to maintain 180 units in total as well, because that's what I really want to go for, the military victory. But then we can also go for the economic victory depending on how well it goes. But we'll see, we can do any one of them, so let's go ahead and start the campaign.
Your people are warriors, but you seek to live in harmony with your kin. The Demeter have chosen to disrupt your peace and bring harm to your people, so stopping them must be your first order of business. The Brigantes are also unreliable and should be dealt with by any means possible. Finally, the Belgic Atrebates leave you little choice but war after their many attempts to settle your lands. However, you share no bad blood with the Damnonii, so they may prove valuable allies when you cross the narrow sea. By the will of Andraste, the Iceni will never yield.
You will never yield. Okie dokie. So here we are finally in the campaign for the Iceni. Now, I must admit, I've done this a little bit before, purely because I had trouble recording it the first time over. So I have kind of had to come back to it and start from scratch again. But what I'm going to do that I didn't do last time is actually attack the Damnonii, because if we do that, then we gain control of the entire Britannic region, which includes Eberraken, Muradonen, and Iska. So if we take those 3 settlements, we gain like the entire region, and then we can control the taxes and the various things that you can do in the area.
In order to move the entire force, make sure a general is present. Select the settlement or the general and right-click on the point you wish to move to. When you release the cursor, the army will walk to the chosen spot.
Journey completed.
So we're going to move this general out of out of
orders?
Camalodunnen, and we're going to keep him here and get him to recruit some troops. But before I do it with that army, I'm going to do it with this army. So we're going to move this guy to the border, and then we're going to recruit a couple of levy freemen and some more Britain slingers. We can do all of that in one turn. And then over here in the next turn, this guy can create a couple of levy freemen. And actually we're going to go with 3 levy freemen purely because we already have 2 Brenslingers in that particular army. Then after that, what we can do is get this army to go and attack Moradunnan, because I think we're already hostile with them, so we can go ahead and straight attack them. Now in the meantime, I'm going to get my scout to go up to Eborakan, and we'll see what we can see.
Is there nothing else?
Now we can try and basically sabotage the settlement in a little bit of ways by inciting unrest, poisoning the wells, or committing arson, but I don't really want to do that if I want to attack the settlement and take it over for myself. So I'm going to send my scout on the north side just so I can get up towards Ilden, which is in Scotland, and we can think about going up there after Eborakan. Now in the meantime, at the main settlement, I could possibly recruit another army, but I'm not going to just yet. But what we can also do is expand the city. Now what this does is it uses up basically some population, I think, in the settlement to expand it, and then you can build extra buildings in the settlement. Now it's really tempting for me to do that right now, but I'm going to end the turn first, and we're going to recruit the troops in this army, and then we're going to go and attack Moradunnan. Okay, we haven't actually picked a technology yet, thankfully it reminds you, and we're going to go ahead with supply foraging, because we're going to go straight into military tech. I'm not going to go into the chariot training because, like I said, chariots aren't as good as I thought they were, so we'll probably go into probably warrior code, just so we can get the war dance and the mass charge and all that kind of stuff, which will come in very, very handy for when we basically make use of a lot of ground forces like swordsmen and spearmen and so on. We could also go for the siege weapons as well, because British Ornigas are actually quite good, so it might be worth us going for these as well. But I'm going to stick with warrior code for now, after I've done the supply foraging. So that's what we're going to research, and I think that's all I want to do for this turn. So let's go ahead and end turn.
We come to you in strength, to speak words of strength. Reply then, with a strength that welcomes peace.
Well, he loves his strength, doesn't he? The Demete, the guys in Wales who I'm just about to attack, want peace, and I'm not going to give it to them because I'm going to be attacking them very shortly. So we got this army pretty much fully built, and we're going to go ahead and move towards Moradunnan. The Dumnonii didn't like me moving through their settlement or through their lands, but never mind. I'm sure they won't mind at the end of the day.
Troops can be stationed inside a settlement to defend it in the event of attack. Whilst there, they will also act as a deterrent to any rebellious tendencies amongst the population.
Thirsty for battle.
So next turn, this guy will recruit 3 more levy freemen. But what we can also do in the meantime is I am now going to expand the city in Camaldunnan. This will allow me to create a few more buildings. So I can go with an artisan's lodge, sacred enclosure, which is basically like the religious building. Then we've got enclosed land, that's to do with agriculture. And then we've got commons. I'm not actually sure what that really is used for, but if we go in here we can have a look. So it looks like it's just a general thing to keep happiness and something used to increase the wealth of the particular settlement. But I'm probably going to go for a sacred enclosure before anything else, and we'll probably end up going for something like the Sanctuary of Canosus, or Canosus. Yeah. Basically, I like this one, or I like the look of this one, because you get +2 public order per turn, and you get plus 20% wealth from agricultural buildings, which I'm not sure if that goes down to just that particular settlement or the area, the province, but I think it's still a nice one to have if you're going to focus on agriculture, especially in Britain, where after you've taken over Britain, you're not going to be so worried about defending it, I don't think. You're going to be worried about defending your Gaelic settlement or Gallic settlements, which we'll eventually go and take over. So this is probably what I'm going to make now. So we're going to go ahead and make a sacred enclosure. Okay, so now we've done that. That army's moved. This army's now making the troops, so we can't move anyway. We're going to be finishing off the technology next turn.
Agents are recruited directly from a province via the recruitment tab on the review panel. Recruitment is instant, but cost may vary depending on a number of factors, such as the presence of certain buildings, faction, or character traits.
I am the knife in the dark.
Well, you can kind of see what's happening by the Brigantes, and we're going to have a look at how many troops Ilden have. And they have quite a significant amount of men. I'm going to leave my scout there on the edge of the province.
Ready for battle!
I think that is everything for this turn though. So I'm going to go ahead and click end turn.
Finding shelter! War! A man's calling is war, not weaklings' gossip. Give me the clash of swords, not whacking tongues.
Okay dokie then. The Namnites, in basically that's like Brittany, has declared war on me. Okay. Now with that happening, I might try and get the other clan to help me, but the likelihood is I'm just going to wait until I see an army coming, and then I will reinforce Calmal Lodanan in due time. But before we do that, we have this army here ready to attack Muradonan, so we're going to go ahead and do that.
A very large army or fleet spread over 2 or more unit stacks may not be able to fight as a single force. A faction can field a maximum of 40 units at one time across 2 armies.
Okay, well, the actual strength ratio is incredibly poor for me, but we're going to go ahead and assault it anyway, because I believe I can win this siege if I do it correctly. Okay, the weather conditions are dry. That's absolutely fine. Don't need to worry about getting any different kind of
Heroic riders! Freemen!
any kind of special weather conditions. Now I'm hoping that it won't lag too much. I have got my settings a bit lower than I would have liked, but a lot of people are having graphical issues with Rome 2, and hopefully in a couple of patches time I'll be able to turn the graphics up again. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get 2 units here, 2 units here, 2 units here, and the missiles can kind of stand somewhere in the middle, and we're going to heroic riders in the middle as well. Okay, that's that. So let's go ahead and move towards
power bar tracks the relative strength of your force against that of your enemy.
Mercenaries! Heroic riders!
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
So here I'm going to go ahead and run my Britain slingers forwards. Now while that's happening, my levy freemen are going to try and get towards this center sector before the enemy reinforce it. They're trying to block me off from this part here, not the actual settlement itself. Whereas if I can capture this and then hold it for long enough, especially before the reinforcements get here on these boats, then I'm going to be able to win this siege very, very easily. Just looking for a way in which I could probably spread them out, but doesn't look like I can. I'm going to go ahead and attack these Britain slingers though, and I'm going to put them on quick reload possibly.
Ready! Go to orders! For the mother! Slingers!
Okay. Go ahead and attack them, please. No, you don't want to? Come on, they're right there. How hard can it be? Okay, there we go. You're finally going to. We're going to hit quick reloads. They're in like a closer formation, so technically they should die quicker. But who knows? That's just a skirmish going on there as my spear units continue to walk towards the settlement. Now, what I can do, if I get these levy freemen to engage these farmers, then I might be able to sneak around these riders to go and hit the slingers. Okay, cool. Over here we're going to attack these Britain slingers with my cavalry.
Our general is under attack.
There we go, that's knocked a lot of them down. Cool. We routed the farmers over here, and that's going to give us the opportunity to engage the next set. There we go. We need to continue to get these mercenaries around. They can run around and try and help out. Now I can bring these levy freemen through the gap here and attack into the flanks. Meanwhile, my levy freemen behind are going to help reinforce. I kind of find it a bit weird how they like always throw stuff into the fight. I think that's a bit silly. I'm going to engage these farmers. There we go. Nice flank there. And now we're going to charge them in the back. Okay, we're going to disengage from that. Although we'd have routed them. Okay, that's cool. Never mind, we don't have to flee. We are now capturing this particular capture point though now. So that's good. Okay, so we've wiped out the occupying force.
Our enemy have lost a victory point.
Now what we've got to do is line up and protect the streets until we've captured the settlement. We have basically 38 seconds until we win the battle anyway. So it's not a big deal. Their naval force has landed, but I can't see where they are yet. But I doubt they'll get here in time. In the meantime, their other armies are only just landing with their real army on it. Unfortunately for them, I think it's because the farmers have such low morale that they actually lost this battle. I need to use my general here to run down these men so that he can get more experience. That's the end of the battle there, so I'm going to not drag it out any longer, and there we go, heroic victory. Brilliant! First victory is a heroic one. I think we've done well there. We only lost 95 men. They lost 965.
You have taken the settlement. Well done. You are a worthy commander.
Now I can either occupy, sack, or raise the settlement. Don't get much money from sacking it, so I'm not going to bother doing that. I'm just going to go ahead and occupy it.
Ready for
Good. Your general has increased in rank and will now fight better.
I live to
Well, that's
serve
nice
the
to know.
people
So we're
of
going to go
Britain.
ahead, click
A character's
details.
household is the objects, assistants, and general hangers-on that he or she accumulates whilst carrying out their tasks, and which in turn affect their abilities. They are acquired as the campaign progresses and can be assigned to a character or placed in reserve for later use.
So we've got skills here. We can pick warrior, commander, or strategist. Now, these basically tell me which kind of commander he's going to be. I'm really going to make him a warrior because I want him to be in the fights a lot. He's going to basically provide a lot of cavalry support for this particular army, especially early in the game. So I'm going to keep him as a warrior, and he's going to provide the couple of skills that come with him, which one is induce fear, I think, and the other one is like a bolstering kind of thing. Now we have to be worried about the Demete now. I'm going to actually try and go ahead and declare peace with them now. Now, I'm not sure why they don't disband unless the Demete actually control another settlement that I don't know about. But, like I said, gonna hit the diplomacy tab if I can find it. There we go. We're gonna go to the Demete, and we're gonna ask them for peace.
You have the ear of my people.
This option is a formal request to end
They rejected
hostilities
it.
between your
course
faction
they did.
and another.
It's pretty predictable, but it's probably because I just took their homelands off them. Okay, well, with all that done, we can think about moving this particular army who's just recruited a load more men. I think I'm going to probably fill out the army before attacking, so we're going to build some more levy freemen and some more Britain slingers. Just so that we have a large enough army to take Eberraken in one turn. I'm going to get my scout back here, just so I can see what they're building. I think they are also building a huge army here. But as long as they build more Britain slingers than I do, I think I'll have an advantage. So actually, with that point being made, I'm going to not make another Britain slingers unit, and I'm going to make 3 levy freeman units. In Meridian, we can now upgrade it as well, and I might go ahead and upgrade the enclosed land to probably a field for now, just so that we can get more food for the province. Just having a look, just to make sure. Yep, I think we're going to go ahead and just create a field there. Get us some more food. Make everyone happy.
When unhappiness becomes too great, the people will riot, slaves will revolt, or a full-blown rebellion will occur. Factors which may cause this are food shortages, taxation, the presence of rampaging enemy armies in a province, and cultural unrest.
Okay.
Warriors all.
Well, hopefully if this Demete army goes away, then we can move this army out and go and attack Iska. Now they're going to have quite a large army there, I think. So I may have to take Eberraken and then come back down, and then think about going and attacking the Scottish. Now the thing that's really nice about Rome Total War, or Rome 2 Total War, is that the roads are very effective. You can move quite far in a particular turn, which I think works very well. Now what I might do here, I really want to kind of upgrade my main settlement, just to increase both the population and the wealth, and obviously the garrison will come in handy as well, because I'm not sure where these guys, the Namnates, are going to attack me first. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade Kalmadonan to a barbarian fortified city. Now the technology finished and I have forgotten to select a new one. So we're going to go ahead and click Battle Fury. This gives us +3 missile damage for all land units and +5 morale, 5% morale for all land units, which is actually quite useful. So we're going to go ahead. That's going to take 3 turns to finish. Now we can end turn.
Making camp.
The order in which reinforcements take to the battlefield can be determined by left-clicking and dragging units into the order of your choice, the unit on the far left being the first to take to the field.
Okay, so the Demnite want their settlement back. We have a huge advantage. We have 6 units of Levy Freemen and 2 units of Britain Slingers. They have 3 units of Levy Freemen and 2 units of Britain Slingers, and of course their general. So we're going to go ahead and fight this on the battle map. Here we go. Gonna basically get all of my forces to the edge. We're gonna fight them in the open fields, basically so I can take advantage of running down his slingers with my own general, and I'm gonna get my mercenary spear band specifically to go and attack his general so that we don't get outflanked.
Levy! Freemen! Heroic riders!
Okay, that's all the men in their places. I'm going to move the Britain Slingers in front of my Levy Freemen.
The battle ends. The attacker must rout or destroy the defender within the time limit or lose the battle. To claim victory, the defender has only to keep the attacker at bay, so can still win even if outnumbered.
Ready! The mother wants blood.
Okay, that's all that sorted out. Now we can think about getting these guys to run round to the left there, while the rest of my forces start running. I'm going to get all of my men to run, and we can go ahead and take care of their general and so on.
Battle ready! And ready!
So most of my forces are attacking this centre bunch here, and with that happening I can now engage his Britain Slingers. On the right side my mercenary spear band have engaged his general.
Our general is under attack.
Managed to rout his Britain Slingers here just by charging into them with my general. I'm going to retreat this guy, and we're actually going to war cry.
The battle is turning in our favor.
On I think it's a one I use on a unit. So there we go. I used war cry on an enemy unit to make them scared. Okay, something to think about. And we're going to frenzied charge with the cavalry unit, and that's going to hopefully break the morale of the last unit of Levy Freemen that they have. The general's in a bit of a mishap over here, so there we go. He is now routing off the field as well.
The enemy general is dead.
Well, we killed him, and that's victory for us. So we're going to go ahead and end the battle. Unfortunately for them, their general has died, so I think the army disbands. A decisive victory there. And that kills the army. So no more Demite to worry about, which means I can now move out the units from this particular settlement, which would be nice.
Good work. Our people thank you for this new building.
Woad Warriors. The brave men of this army have known many victories. Only their courage facing the enemy exceeds their skill at arms. Military traditions, the Woad Warriors. Okay. Well,
For battle.
In addition to skills gained through experience, characters develop traits that affect their abilities. Some traits are present from the beginning, others are acquired as a character progresses through the campaign.
so you can see here that my general has now gained a tradition that it can now use. So we've got stalwart defenders, we're not going to use that. Siege experts, enables construction of medium siege engines. We've got accomplished skirmishers, plus 3% weapon damage inflicted by all missile units, plus 5% charge bonus for all chariots, or plus 3% melee damage inflicted by all melee units. We're going to go with that for medieval fighters. And we can also change the emblem of the army to different things. I'm not sure if that affects anything in particular, but I'm just going to leave it at its default for now. But that's going to be it for this episode of Rome 2 Total War. Hopefully you enjoyed the first look, for me especially, on the Iceni campaign. Now make sure, don't forget to check my Twitch channel at www.twitch.tv/VulcanHDGaming. I'm going to be playing a completely separate campaign on that. So if you want to see, I'm not sure exactly what nation I'm going to play, but if you want to see another campaign that's played much more as a relaxed kind of playthrough, then feel free to come and check out my channel. So there you go. That's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.